Your heart's pounding like a drum solo, right? Your palms are damp, and every time you hover over that send button, your thumb just freezes. You're convinced that if you confess, the friendship will implode. The group chat will turn into a courtroom, and you'll be branded weird. So you swallow the words, tell yourself silence is safe, and slide back into the nightly routine. Heart eye emojis in your head, while a blank good night is all they get. Here's the truth. That terror you feel, it's lying to you. It promises safety but delivers paralyzing inaction. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this fear is fake news, how it's hacking your brain, and the 3 truths that will set you free, whether the answer is a yes, a no, or the peace of finally letting go. Let's be honest, your brain thinks we're still tribal villagers whose survival hangs on group approval. It's running ancient software. Neuroscientists have found that social rejection activates the same neural pathways as a literal punch to the face. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, screams, if you spill these feelings and get rejected, you'll be exiled and eaten by a lion. This made sense when being ostracized meant death. But today, it's overkill when the worst outcome is an awkward coffee run. Yet your mind treats it like a mortal threat, flooding you with stress hormones and cherry-picking every cringe moment you've ever had. No wonder silence feels safer. This primal fear often mixes with a tendency some of us have to fall in love with the idea of a person. We project idealized traits onto them, filling in the blanks with imagined perfection. We build them up to an impossibly high standard in our heads, and the thought of that perfect image shattering becomes unbearable. It's not just rejection, it's the collapse of an entire beautiful world you've built. In this silent world, fear whispers 3 seemingly reasonable promises, each one a trap. First, it whispers, as long as I don't ask, I can't be rejected. This sounds logical, but what you're really doing is rejecting yourself preemptively. You're saying no to yourself before anyone else gets the chance. You're trading a potential sharp, momentary pain for the dull, chronic ache of what if. Second, the lie promises, if I wait long enough, maybe they'll feel it and make the first move. This fantasy keeps you glued to your phone, dissecting every emoji for a sign they've figured it out. But people aren't mind readers. They live in their own worlds. Waiting for them to make a move they don't even know exists is like waiting for a train that's not scheduled to arrive. And finally, the most insidious lie. Keeping things chill preserves the friendship. You tell yourself you're protecting something valuable. But what are you preserving? A friendship built on your unrequited feelings? That's not a friendship. It's an unbalanced ecosystem where you're constantly holding your breath. Researchers find we wildly overestimate how devastating a no will feel, and tragically we underestimate the slow, corrosive drip of regret from never knowing. Imagine 2 doors. Door 1 is lifelong ambiguity, daily anxiety, and endless what-ifs. Door 2 leads to honest disclosure. Behind this door there are only 2 outcomes. You either date or you detach. Both beat the soul-crushing agony of limbo. Why is this a win even with a no? Because clarity is a guaranteed upgrade. When you act in alignment with your true feelings, you build self-respect. You send a message to your brain. My feelings matter. I can handle discomfort. You learn you can survive it, and you reclaim precious mental energy. For too long, we've thought vulnerability equals weakness. But humans are wired to mirror it. It's a powerful force. Psychologists call it the disclosure reciprocity effect. When you share something genuine, the other person trusts you faster and is more likely to open up in return. You don't need a Shakespearean monologue. Something simple like, hey, I've been hesitant to say this because I value our friendship, but I've realized I like you as more than a friend. Works wonders. You've signaled safety and given them permission to answer honestly. Most true friendships can survive a moment of awkwardness. Let's talk about the long game. In a Cornell survey of people over 70, do you know what they found? The overwhelming regret was, I wish I'd spoken up when I had the chance. Think about it. Rejection is a 30-second slap. It stings, but it's temporary. Regret, however, is like background radiation. It's a constant, nagging what if that can last for decades. Your future self is watching you right now. Do you want them to see a character defined by fear, or someone who had the courage to try? Give your future self a better story to tell. So, how do you do it? First, lower the stakes. Reframe it from, is this my soulmate? To, I'm curious if there's romantic potential here. Second, pick neutral territory. A park, a quiet coffee shop, somewhere that allows for an easy exit. Third, script only the first sentence. Just the opener. Once you say it, your nervous system will calm down. An example? Hey, I really enjoy spending time with you, and I've been wondering if you'd ever consider us as more than friends? Then, stop talking. Let the silence work for you. Give them space. Finally, schedule a post-confession reward. Your favorite burger, a new video game. Plan something that gives your brain a hit of dopamine regardless of the outcome. You're rewiring your brain to see courage as a positive experience. The fear keeping your love a secret is just a bedtime story from outdated brain wiring. Clarity is kinder than ambiguity. Vulnerability magnetizes connection, and regret is the real tiger in the grass. So, hit send, open your mouth. Let the universe do its thing. Your story doesn't have to be about the love you never voiced. It can be the story of the truth you had the guts to tell. If this helped, please tap that like button, drop your own confession saga in the comments, and subscribe for more. Thank you.